Hello, and thank you for watching the Young Ameritown on the Road Volunteer Orientation Webinar. This orientation video was designed to give you a brief overview of some of our programs as well as explain your role as a volunteer. So let's get started. Our organization began in 1987 with our bank. Bill Daniels, a local entrepreneur and philanthropist, was reading an article about some fifth graders who wanted to take out a bank loan to fund a school project. They were told that, because of their age, there was no resources for them. Bill Daniels believed that every person should have education and access to banking services, regardless of their age. It was from this belief that the first kids-only bank, the Young Americans Bank, was formed. Because of its success, by 1990, the community was looking for the bank for more programs centered around financial literacy. Young Ameritown was one of the first programs to emerge. Other programs included International Town, targeted to middle school students with a focus on macroeconomics, Youth Biz, with a focus in empowering young entrepreneurs, and our newest program, Young Ameritown on the Road. Young Ameritown on the Road was piloted in the spring of 2015. It is a mobile version of our Young Ameritown program that accommodates students that are too far away to reach our Young Ameritown location in Denver, as well as smaller schools located within the Denver metro area. The program begins in the classroom. We provide teachers with material and curriculum as resources to teach the students about free enterprise, supply and demand, check writing, money management, and many more. The curriculum takes approximately 2 to 6 weeks. The students will also have the opportunity to apply and interview for jobs that they will have during their day of town. Once the lessons are complete, the teachers bring their students to Young Ameritown for what we call the culminating experience, basically putting into practice everything that was learned in the classroom. Young Ameritown on the Road consists of 9 different shops that employ a manager, an accountant, and other workers. Once in town, the students will spend part of their day being producers, helping out their customers and working their job, and the other part of their day they will spend as consumers in town, taking a couple of breaks and visiting the various other shops in town. We will all break for lunch together. Each student will receive one paycheck for the day. They will have their very own Young Ameritown checking account and debit card. They will be able to use their debit card, write checks, and spend their Young Ameritown money on the other products being sold around town. There are 2 main goals during the day in Young Ameritown. The first goal is a personal goal. Each student will need to keep track of his or her checking account, taking time to record checks written and debit transactions so that they do not overdraw their account. The second goal is a business goal. Each business has taken out a bank loan to cover up their startup costs. By the end of the day, each shop must sell enough goods and services in order to pay back their bank loan with 10% interest. Back at school, the teachers will follow up on these goals with the students to see how well they did. Now let's talk a little bit more specifically about your role as a parent volunteer at Young Ameritown. Please communicate with your child's teacher in regards to the Young Ameritown location and time of arrival. We ask that parent volunteers arrive 30 minutes prior to the school's arrival so that you can receive specific shop training. Once the school arrives, the program lasts up to 3.5 hours. Please feel free to bring a sack lunch. We will assign 1 parent per shop at Young Ameritown. Although we will give you the option of which shop you would like to volunteer in, please note that we will not put a parent in the same shop as their student. If you would like more specific information about any of our 9 shops, please visit our website. Once you have been assigned to a shop, you will meet with an Ameritown staff person who will be your point person for the entire day. Your role as a volunteer is that of a business consultant. Keep in mind that Young Ameritown is a learning experience for the students, And sometimes the best way to answer their question is by asking them another question to lead them to the answer. We want student participants to feel empowered to make their own decisions, so most times a more hands-off approach is best. Helping the students manage their break times is a great example of how you can get involved. Each shop is unique in its role to the Young Ameritown economy, and your staff person will highlight specific ways that you will be able to help. You will also receive a snack, a drink, and a newspaper coupon that you will be able to spend in Young Ameritown. As a parent volunteer, you are not specifically assigned a break time, but rather you can get a gauge of how your shop is doing and pop in and out as necessary. When planning for your visit to Young Ameritown, we ask that you put your cell phones on silent so that they do not disrupt the students' day in town. We encourage you to take pictures. However, we ask that you take candid action shots. Also, we ask that you don't bring any children that are not participating in Young Ameritown. Unfortunately, we cannot provide siblings with Ameritown dollars or coupons, so their day ends up being a little bit boring. We ask you to please refrain from bringing real-life situations to Young Ameritown, such as staging a robbery in the bank or being a homeless person in the town square. While these might be situations that occur in the real world, we do not feel like there is a place for them at Young Ameritown. After your day at Young Ameritown, we invite you to take a short survey about your experience and provide us with any suggestions or feedback that you might have for us. Thank you for taking the time to watch this webinar and for your willingness to participate in Young Ameritown as a volunteer. We look forward to seeing you soon.